Hi, babe.
How was your walk?
It was good. I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Okay. Jesus is my rock, and that's how I roll. Welcome to another episode of California Preachin'. Home sweet home, guys. I am like home, really home. It is so wild. It feels so good. And just little secret, we took the house off the market for now. We're putting a pin in it. You know, they say, let your home be your mast and not your anchor. And so I'm not beating myself up over this because I have allowed my home to be my mast. And I've traveled and I've had an amazing journey. And now I'm home and I'm very, very thankful for that. And because I lived in so many different places growing up, I never really got attached to one particular place. And so for me, home is where my pillow is. You know, you just like put a pillow under my head and I'm home. The kids are attached to this place. Billy's attached to this place. Hendrix is attached to this place. And it turns out that I'm super attached to this place as well. So hallelujah, praise God, I'm home. Brooks gets home from Madrid tonight. And I just can't wait to give her a squeeze. The squeeze might have to wait though, because she doesn't get in until like 3 a.m. in the morning. And yeah, you know, love her, but I just, she might have to just like wait for that mama squeeze until I get up in the morning. But I'm really excited to see her. And it's funny because just yesterday I was thinking of the funniest story. I have to tell you this story. It is so great. So when Brooks was about 4 years old, she was playing with her Barbies, which she was absolutely obsessed with, in the front lawn. And she had this like Barbie truck as well. So she had like 4 of her Barbies and a Barbie truck. And she was just playing in the front yard, you know, really just kind of minding her own business. And I was in the kitchen doing my thing. And she walked into the house for a minute. And then about 5 minutes later, she walked out. And I thought nothing of it, right? Couple minutes later, 2 cop cars pulled up in front of our house and I was stunned. I was like, what's going on? So I walk outside and I just said, you know, is everything okay? You know, what are you doing here? And they said, well, is everything okay here? We got a phone call. And I said, you got a phone call? And they said, yeah, we were told that 4 people were hit by a car. I said, what? And Brooks is just sitting there kind of like looking like this. And I said, I don't understand. I don't understand how this could happen. And they said, well, it sounded like a child on the phone. So, and then they kind of looked over at Brooks and Brooks had her eyes were big as saucers. And I said, Brooks, did you call the police? And she just kind of went like this. And I said, what? Why? Why did you call the police? And she said, well, my Barbies got hit by a car. And I was like, no freaking way. And they had to sit her down and they were like, look, sweetie, we understand, you know, that you were playing your game and that you really thought your Barbies were being hurt, but we don't call the police to say that someone got hit by a car when it's our toys. And she burst out into tears. And I had to comfort her, but at the same time, I was like, oh my gosh, like she actually thought, in her mind, she had run over her Barbies. Like she really thought they were hurt. And this one goes head to head with that story. I just have to tell you these 2 stories. Okay, so the other one is we're on a skiing trip, right? And she wants to learn how to ski, so I put her with a skiing instructor, you know, like a one-on-one type situation. And I said, are you sure you want to do this? She said, yes, Mom, I want to do this. And so she goes off with her instructor and she has a fabulous day up skiing on the mountain. And I come to get her at the end of the day. And so we go home, you know, we take a bath, she gets to bed. And I was like, so how did you like your skiing today? She said, oh, it was so much fun, Mom. And I love my teacher. And I said, oh, that's great. I said, what's your instructor's name? And she says, Mom, his name is so cool. I said, really? What's his name? And she said, Mom, his name is Change. I was like, wow, that is a cool name. That's really different. That's a really, really cool name. And then she goes on to tell me like some more stuff that happened during the day. And then she says, at the very end, she goes, Mom, and I said, yeah. And she goes, you know, I don't think my instructor's name is Change. I said, oh, well, what do you think his name is? And she said, his name is Cash. It's the best. So Billy and I have been sort of contemplating, what are we going to do for the month of September? Because August, we pretty much know, but, we try and stay on top of it because our lives can get a little cray-cray. So September 9th is our wedding anniversary, and we are thinking about renewing our vows. Actually, we are definitely going to renew our vows. It's just a matter of how, when, who, how is it all going to play out? And I'm excited about it because we used to do it every 5 years and we missed this last 5-year mark. So we are going to do it this year, which would be like, we haven't done it for 6 years. So I think it'll be really nice. And we were going to have Pastor Cliff do it, but I'm not sure we're going to be in New York. So I'm kind of bummed about that because such an awesome pastor. I did a Cal Preach with him, but I'm not sure that's going to work out. So now we're thinking about doing it in Los Angeles. What I think is kind of a cute idea. I was thinking that we could, as part of the ceremony, wash each other's feet. You know how Jesus had his disciples wash his feet, and I can't remember which disciple it was. Maybe Peter was like, no way, I'm not doing that. Like, that's not going to happen. You're our teacher, you're our rabbi, we're not going to, that would be disrespectful. And Jesus was like, I tell you this, you can't enter the kingdom of heaven unless you're willing to wash my feet, which makes me want to cry. But I feel like it's such a beautiful example of humility and of what it means to be in a commitment and a partnership and just giving to one another. I wanted to talk to him about it today, but he was on a conf call. He's always on a conf call. And I don't know, why is it that when Billy wants to talk to me and I'm on an important call or a Zoom, it's like I have to sort of pause everything and give him my full attention. But yet when he's on the phone with somebody, it's like, I'm on a conf call. The conf call thing, I can't take it. I got to talk to him about that because conflict delayed is conflict multiplied. Just remember that one because it's true. The longer I wait to talk about things with him, the more resentful I get, and then the bigger argument it becomes, when it doesn't have to be. It really just doesn't have to be that way. Hey friends, if you're enjoying this video, please just give it a thumbs up, or maybe share it with a friend, or maybe even subscribe. It is of zero cost to you to subscribe to California Preachin', and only 25% of people who watch Cal Preach are actually subscribed, so it would be a great blessing to me. Also, I just wanted to remind you of California Healin', which is my online women's community, which is thriving, and I would just absolutely love to give you a complimentary drop-in to California Healin', so please go to my pinned comments at the top of this video and press that link, and you will be able to sign up and get on that wait list, and I can't wait to see you there. Bless you. Like, I saw a little side of me come out a few weeks ago when, I don't know, I just felt a little betrayed. And hello, peace of Christ. I just felt a little betrayed because I don't have to get into the details, and I definitely shouldn't, but I just felt a little betrayed, and I felt very hurt, and I felt very misunderstood. And I thought to myself, well, this person completely misjudged me, and that's okay. That's okay. And if they continue to be upset with me, that's okay too. And I don't have to continue the relationship. They don't have to continue the relationship. And we can both just move forward, move on, and get on with it, right? And you're never going to be right for the wrong person, ever, ever. So if somebody's not supposed to be in your life and you're constantly struggling to have this relationship with them because it just feels forced and it just feels unnatural, honey, step aside, step away, because you're not supposed to have to work that hard. I'm not supposed to work that hard. You're not supposed to work that hard. And you're never going to be good enough for the wrong person. I was listening to this comedian the other day, and he was so freaking funny. And he was talking about how the next generation of elderly people are so, because he was like, just think about it. Like, think about all of the pictures that your grandparents would show you. You know, they'd be like, and this is when your father stood, you know, your grandfather stood at the foot of Mount Everest, or, and this is when your grandmother came off the Mayflower, or, you know, whatever, like really phenomenal stories in these photos. And he was like, the next generation of elderly people is going to be like, and this is your Aunt Haley's most phenomenal, outstanding breakfast that she ate. That's it. I just thought it was pretty classic. That's very funny stuff right there, man. How glamorous. I just love these trash cans out front of my neighbor's house. They're very nice people, but like, really? Can't you get like one of those little trash can sheds? Every week in California Healin', I do a holy note. Remember my holy notes in Cal Preach? Well, I do one in California Healin'. And this week I was talking all about trash. Yeah, I was talking about how, you know, sin is so putrid to God. It is actually putrid, just like trash. It smells, it's putrid. There's nothing attractive about trash. And there's nothing, you know, that's praiseworthy about trash, just like sin. There's nothing praiseworthy about sin, and it's putrid and it stinks. And for me, it kind of opened my eyes to just how unholy and how unacceptable sin is to God. And that is why he had to go to such an extreme to send his son onto this planet, into this world, to die on a cross for that trash, for that stinky, putrid thing we call sin. That's how much gravity sin has. That's how horrid and unforgiving sin is. It's putrid. And to top it off, this I love. Sin is anything you build your identity on that is not God. Period. Mic drop. Period. If anyone ever says to you, I don't like the word sin, or I don't understand why people have to use that word, it's so extreme. Well, guess what? Sin is anything that you build your identity on. Anything. It could be your career, your kids, money, that is not God. That's sin. It's that simple. So guys, you got to catch my lives on Wednesdays. I'm doing Cal Preach Live. And they're going really well. I mean, it took me a while. It was kind of a frightmare when I first started because everything was going wrong. It was just like a comedy of errors, but they're going really, really well. People are really enjoying them. They're every Wednesday night at 5 p.m. Pacific and 8 o'clock Eastern. So I pray that you'll catch my live this coming Wednesday, and hopefully Billy's off his comp call and I can have a word with him about washing my feet and me washing his platypus feet. Very exciting. Who's so happy to be home? Who's the cutest little baby in the whole wide world? Love you, Space Kitty. Look how happy he is to be home. Come give Mama kisses. Come give Mama some love. Oh, look at the baby. You my little California preacher. Oh my gosh, Billy's home. Let's ask him what I was talking about. Hi, babe.
How was your walk?
It was good. I have a question for you.
Shoot.
Okay, sit back because it's kind of a big question.
No. It's
Yeah.
a sit back question.
Yeah. So, you know
Sit
how...
back, Satan.
You know how we are renewing our vows on September 9th? Okay.
Our anniversary.
I have an idea.
Quick question. What anniversary is it?
29. I got it right!
Wow, you really just took a stab in the dark.
I was right.
Sometimes she's like, how old am I, honey? And I'm like, you're 56.
How old am I, honey?
If you don't know how old you are, there's no way you know how many years we're married. But you just took a stab and you were right.
I was right. Okay, so I have a question for you, baby. This is really actually, you should give me credit because I've been really thinking about renewing our vows and what we could do that would be different than just like, I believe I can accept you as my
Okay,
husband.
I haven't heard this plan. I know we're renewing our vows, but
Okay, So I was thinking that it would be really beautiful if we had a ceremony on top of the ceremony where we have 2 buckets and we wash each other's feet. And there'd be flowers in the bucket.
I could use a good pedicure.
Bill.
We're going for pedicures?
Bill.
No, I get the symbolism, hon. Yeah, okay, that sounds cool.
You know what I mean? Like, I wash your feet, you wash mine, you humble yourself to me, and you serve me, and I humble myself to you, and I serve you. You know what I mean?
It's like the spiritual, like, symbolism of I scratch your back, you scratch mine.
Yeah.
I wash your feet, you wash mine.
Yeah, that's exactly
Okay, that was a
right.
little over the top, that laugh.
That's exactly
Okay,
right.
Wasn't that funny?
It was that funny. It was a Julia Roberts laugh. So I was telling everybody that they have to watch my lives on Wednesday nights because they're just so much fun.
Live at 5 with Chai.
Live at 5 with Chai. And then last night or night before
Chai
last.
Chai live at 5. Yeah. 2
we
years. It's another
celebrated
anniversary.
2 years.
Another anniversary. It's our 29th, and it was 2 years with Cal Heel.
Pretty awesome.
And how many years with Cal Preach?
5, almost.
Yeah. 5 and 2 and 29.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right? But you're
Yeah.
so proud of me.
So proud. Congrats. Like, what are we going to do to celebrate?
I don't know.
It's a huge milestone. I just want you to know that my wife is literally not 100 hours anymore, but she's still working so hard, so diligently. You wouldn't believe how much she puts into it. And
I know it
it's
drives you
all-
crazy, but it's very fulfilling for me.
I know.
It brings
I
me so
know.
much joy, and I feel like, you know.
But she's putting a tremendous amount of work into it, and yeah.
I feel like it's ministering to you all day long.
She's just working really hard
Yeah.
to create this
Online community.
online community, this network.
Sorry.
No, we still rolling? Yeah, that's good. This online community, this sort of network, this safe space, this ministry that's for all you gals. I'm not allowed unless she lets me pop in for some crazy reason,
I always do.
like right now.
Yeah.
All right, off to dinner.
Off to dinner. I love you, baby. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it.
This is going to wind up all over the internet. Ready?
Well, I love you, and thank you for saying that. Because
Peace of Christ.
Oh, yeah. Peace
Of Christ and peace out.
Bye.